There it is. There it is. I was waiting for the little bloop. I know I do that from time to time in the uh, in these sessions, and it's just you never know when I'm adjusting my lights. I want to make sure y'all can see my face. But anyway, so I'm gonna do what I do. Oh shoot, I forgot to bring my charger for my other device. But okay, I think it's fully charged, so it should be all right. I hope everybody's day went well. I hope it went well. I got some new toys and I got a mic. My other mic, the cord broke, and I haven't got an opportunity to get a new cord. And then I started seeing, looking around. I was like, I don't have to um, get the cord necessarily for that. I wanted to check around and see some other mics because I'm 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 more of a gadget person. I like gadgets and stuff. So I look to see, well, what else is out there, what works a little bit better for you guys to hear me. And so I found this thing called a dynamic mic, and it's one of the mics that when people do podcasts or radio shows, you can hear them speak very well. And so I thought I'd try that out. So I got it. I'm gonna play around with it. I may bust it out. I may bust it out during this event just to try it out and see how it goes. And plus there's a podcast in the workings as well. Here I am. My name is Bess Parks. I am the host and the founder of Single Moms Level Up. I like to say hashtag Single Moms Level Up, and the Single Moms Club Facebook group, the private Facebook group. So we are here on day 2, y'all. Day 2. The interesting thing about these events, aka challenges, is that they start out and they go a little slow, and then it gets about day 3 and it just starts going and it goes really fast. So day 2 of the Without Fear of Doing It Alone. It's a working single mom's journey. So as single moms, we do have to leave our kids, oftentimes at a very early age with some caregiver. Sometimes it's people we know, sometimes it's not people we know. But because we have to do what we have to do and be the provider for the home as well, we have to leave our children with a caregiver. I'm telling you, the only way that I made it through that was through a lot of prayer, because there is like a separation anxiety. I believe that's the label they give it. That this feeling that you don't really want to leave your child, but you need to, because you got to go make money and to take care of you and the child and provide a home and all that. It's very a stressful time, because you got to make a decision. You got to make a decision, and fairly in a short amount of time, you got to make a decision on what you're going to do. So the topic for today is intentional prayer. We single moms pray all the time, and it is not, and I say this often, it's not the thuses, it's not the thous, it's not the all that. Yes, there is a time and a place for the Lord's Prayer, that is a guide for how to pray when you are intentional about it. But sometimes it's the, oh God, help me, you know, or Lord God, what now? That's a, comes off question, but it's a prayer. And there goes my phone again, reminding me, don't forget to start your session. I'm again 5 minutes into it already, but yeah. So if we're intentional, I kind of froze. Sorry about that. But if we start out with an intentional prayer in the morning, or start out with some type of prayer pattern, or you see things starting to go wrong, have this where you take some deep breaths and be like, hey guys, show me what's happening right here, what's going on right now, and what do I need to do, um and ideas and things will come to you about how to resolve whatever the situation is or circumstance that's come up. um and write them down, and then continue to pray about them, and one will just stand out to you, or you'll have your choice of those options, and you weigh out the pros and cons of it, and move forward. And some of them you may not know how it's going to end up. Here's one thing, and I wanted to share this with you guys. Hello. Okay, my back door just beep beeped. But anyway, um so here's something I wanted to share with you guys. So there was this time that my daughter and I went to go support my son in one of his football games. So his football team, while he was in high school, had gone to the state championships, and they have these few games, and they play off on those games, and then there's the big final game. Well, they got all the way to the big final game. This was up in Arlington, Texas, and that happened. So okay, I'm not here to talk about the game, because not everybody's into football, but I'm not here to talk about the game. What it was this: I had rented a car, and I had rented some cars previously because there was a lot of things going on. When their senior year, but all throughout probably his whole high school time. In high school, there were a lot of things that were going on. I Hello. Uh, not broadcast. Okay, there it goes. It's starting to move. But anyway, so we rented this car, and usually when I rent the cars, I go with a standard size, car. Standard size car, sometimes a medium sized car. Well, I decided I was going to go with a compact. I didn't know how small that compact was going to be. So we got this little compact car and drove from Houston up to Arlington, Texas, to watch and participate and support, my son in his football team. And so we drove up there, and then I didn't have a lot of money. And the crazy thing that was I think I had left one of my cards at home, and we needed gas. We needed gas, and I had left one of the cards at home, and um I didn't have it. I didn't have gas money. We were 4 hours away from the house. And so I was like, okay, I just like, okay, Lord, you're gonna have to help me with this one, because I don't have the gas money and we need to get home. And it happened to be one of those cold winter um s- you know uh days, and I mean cold. It was like when we got to the game, if you went around the corner and the wind was blowing that way, it was almost like it just slapped you with the cold. We were wrapped up in blankets and jackets and gloves and all kinds of stuff, and still it felt like I was outside and just naked. It was so cold. But anyway, so we drove home, And I attempted to stop at a convenience store because the card that I had was the card that I have limits on, and I put those limits on them. And those, I can only use this card in a grocery store, or it should work in a convenience store as well. But I went to a gas station that had a convenience store, and it did not work. And I didn't know that if it would work in a convenience store or not. I have never tried it before, but I was going to try to get some money out, and I asked if there was an ATM. So I tried to use the ATM. The ATM was out of money. It was crazy. So I was like, okay, well, we're gonna have to make it. The gas light came on. And I think by that time we were like 3 hours out. So we made it in a little bit. And I have no idea how we made it home, because that gas light was on the whole time. And I was just praying the whole time, oh God, please let us make it home. Please let us make it home. I was like, don't let us break down out here, because between Arlington is up in the Dallas area, and we're in Houston. And I was like, in between those areas, there's a lot of spaces where there's nobody. There's nobody. We have maybe some pastures, some cows, or some trees or whatever, and there's nobody out there. I was like, please don't let us break down out here. And so I just prayed that whole time, and my prayers were real quick and to the point. It was like, please let us make it home. I was like, oh God, please, and then I switched from praying to, I know you're gonna let us make it home. I praise you and I thank you for letting us make it home. And so I just started doing, switched it in the middle of that, and we made it home. We made it home. I got my other car, and I was able to put gas in the car so I could return the car. And I learned my lesson about using a compact car. I thought I was going to be saving money, but what ended up happening was I paid the same price that I would have paid if I would have went and got a standard car. And that was just, one of those lessons learned. Um, what I also found out was that because I had rented so much from Enterprise, they had me on a list. So anytime I came in and rented, they would always upgrade me for free to whatever car they had on the lot. And I didn't know that, because I wasn't paying attention to all of that. I was just going to rent a car and focusing on the money portion of it, and not focusing on what had happened in the past. Because every time in the past, I would go in, I would rent a standard, reserve a standard car, and I would go in and they'd say, oh, well, you can have it, whatever pick you want of whatever cars on the lot. And I think previous to that, maybe, or maybe it was after that, but oftentimes I was jumping out to a luxury car, and they were letting me have it for the same price as a standard car because I had rented with them for so many times. So that's my little story about having some intentional prayer, and then just you go from prayer to action and praise and everything, and then things just work out. um uh, uh I wasn't gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. So today I had a court thing that came up. I had gotten a ticket, and so I did one of them little prayers, like, okay, give me grace with this whole situation. It's cost me a lot of money to try to fix the situation, and it wasn't totally fixed. I have one more thing that basically, I think if I fix this, that it will allow the situation to be completely resolved. And so I prayed about that, showed up early, and it also turns out that excuse me, also turned out that once you got in there, they were taking down names, and they were making a list of how the judge was going to see people. I didn't know that. I had never been to this courthouse before. um I don't get tickets often. I do get pulled over, but I don't get tickets often. um I think the last time I had a ticket was, I don't know, 2011 or 12 or something like that. um and this time then when I met the judge, so apparently was the third person in there, called me up and asked me, told me what the, what the charges were, and and asked me if I was able to fix the situation. I told him no, I couldn't, because this wasn't happening. That was, this didn't happen, but I have one more thing I need to do, and then I'll be able to resolve the situation. He's like, you know what I'll do is I'll go ahead and reschedule your I don't know what it's called, hearing. I don't know. Um, your appearance. I don't know. Uh, he named it, but I don't recall what it was. But for me to come back to court, and so I have to go back to court next month. But still, again, yet another prayer, but and very intentional, because I was focused on what the situation was at hand. So we as single moms do this a lot, because there is a lot on our plate. There's a lot coming at us at all times, for us to take care of our children, to take care of ourselves, to take care of our households. Not to mention also for us to not take on trying to be the other parent, trying to make up for that other parent not being there, trying to stand in their place. We can't do that. We're one person, and we're also not the other person that helps to make a child. We're not. We're females, they're males, and we're not that other person, and we can't take on that responsibility of trying to be two people at once, because that is literally impossible. It's completely impossible. So we do have to pray that out of our minds, and to have our minds renewed and changed. And that's something that we have to be in consistent prayer, because there's that those thoughts that are just not good, that come up and try to make you feel guilty, and all these other things for what you have to do in order to take care of your children, like go to work, um leave them with a babysitter that you like, again, you may or may not know. And again, you want to pray over your kids. If you leave them with a babysitter, even with people that you still want to pray over your kids, and it doesn't, like, again, it doesn't have to be a long drawn out prayer. It's just, protect my kids and keep them safe, from head to toe, from head to toe and all their extremities, and mentally and emotionally, let them be okay when I come back, and spend quality time with your kids, especially when you're having to work. That's what you could do, is spend some quality time with them. I know that when my kids were younger, um, I actually started doing actual, days where we would spend time with each other. I think Wednesday, I don't know. I think Wednesday night was like game night, which was like in the middle of the week. Um, or maybe it was Friday night. Not sure. I don't remember now. But we had a game night, we had a movie night. I think it was Wednesday. Um, we had a game night, we had movie night, and then the kids could have their time to hang out with with each other, doing whatever they do in their rooms, games, and I don't know, Barbie dolls and whatever, have their own time in their rooms as well, and to play outside with their friends and all that. So I did that. We did that, and that was, we would pray over that. We prayed over our food. My kids and I ate at the table, um all the way up until I think my son was in junior high. So we came to the table, no cell phone devices or anything at the table, all the way through junior high. And you can't have a cell phone at the table. And we talked, and oftentimes, uh, um, my kids thought that was normal. And then when they would talk with their friends, they found out most of their friends did not sit at the table and eat with their parents. But just having that time and us praying over our food, and teaching my kids to pray. And it doesn't have to be a long, drawn out prayer, but you can be intentional with your prayers and focus it to whatever it is that you're praying about. That is something that's easy to do. Um, of course, there's the Lord's Prayer, and most people do know the Lord's Prayer. Um, and you can pray that, of course, and use that as a guide for other times when you have more time, where you're spending more intentional time praying. Um, but just know that it doesn't have to be long and drawn out. And when it comes to fear of doing it alone, there's a lot of prayers that we pray as single moms, because a lot of this that fear is really false evidence appearing real. When it comes to that, we can do this. Are capable. We are able to do this. I believe that we single moms are chosen to be single moms because there's something within us that only a child, raising a child, can pull out of us, that we need in order to continue on with the rest of our lives. And so we've been chosen to have children that we care for on our own. And one of those things that comes out of it is we find out that we're stronger than we thought we were. We're a lot stronger than we thought we were. And that comes out a lot as, being a single mom. The late nights, the not sleeping, the being tired all the time. For sure, you pray about being tired all the time, and having somebody crying, um and having some help and asking for help and praying and asking for help. Let me tell you another time that my god sister, I guess, I don't know, I guess she had prayed or something, but she didn't actually tell me the whole thing, but this is what it seemed like. It seemed like she had prayed or something about getting some help and needed some time to herself. And my daughter and a couple of friends of hers were going to the mall, to that Build-A-Bear place. I don't even know if Build-A-Bear is still around. But we went to the Build-A-Bear place, and I called her. I said, "Hey, we're about to go to the mall that's by your house, to the Build-A-Bear. Does your daughter want to go?" And she's like, "Did my mom call you and tell you that, asked you to offer, to do that for me?" I said, "No, she didn't. We haven't talked." And she's like, "Oh." And so, it really works, and people will show up to help you. People will show up to do what you at the time maybe can't do. Um, and I'm just telling you of the times that I've had where I've done some brief prayers, even for Thanksgiving. For Thanksgiving one year, I was just like, I don't have the money to do this, but I'd like to do this for, to at least have a Thanksgiving dinner for my kids. And what happens then? Somebody from the church calls up and says, "Hey, we would like to sponsor your family for Thanksgiving." And did they ever? They came in with I think, 12-pound or 14-pound turkey, a ham, all the fixings for the turkey and the ham, and everything to make whatever I need to make, flour to make the cakes, and the macaroni, and the cheese, and the all of that. With our culture, we have certain things that we eat around Thanksgiving, and that we cook around Thanksgiving, which is pretty common across the board within our culture. And they gave me everything that I needed. I have more than what I needed. So much more that I put it in the Facebook group for my community that I live in, and told them, "Hey, if anybody needs a I think it was a 20 for the someone gave it to me, I'm gonna pass it on and give it to somebody else that could use it. It's too much for me and my little family." And so somebody, reached out, and when he came, I think he thought that he was just getting a turkey. No, I gave him the turkey, and I gave him all the stuff that she gave me to cook for, for the turkey. And he's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All this stuff goes with the turkey. I don't need stuffing if I don't have a turkey, to stuff the turkey with." I was like, "I don't need that stuff." So I gave that to them. Giving to others that in your time of need is actually the best way to receive the things that you need. And it doesn't have to be of stuff things. It could just be of your time and your energy, like at a food bank or something like that. um, you could be answering somebody else's prayer by giving of your experiences, by giving of your energy, by volunteering somewhere. That could be going on. That could be going on when you're doing those things. But just know that praying about your fear of doing it alone, and whatever it is that is causing you to feel afraid, you can actually get answers for it. A lot of times if you sit and whether you drink coffee or tea or whatever you drink in the morning, and take that time before the kids get up, or before your kid or your kids get up, and take some time to sit still and listen for answers, they'll come to you. So I'm sorry, my throat is dry, but those answers will come to you. So um, this is your assignment for for tonight. These are just little mini assignments. They're not like deep homework assignments. But your assignment for tonight is to share your biggest takeaway. With the within this session, share your biggest takeaway, and um, obviously like and invite another single mom, and then for you yourself personally, uh, tomorrow, what I want you to do is write down how many times you prayed. And it's the little stuff. God help me. Oh, God help me. Oh no, oh Jesus, help me, Lord. I'm telling you, you'll notice how many times you pray all day long, and it is not as foreign to you as you think it is. So I'm gonna keep this within the 30 minutes, y'all. I'm doing good. I'm watching my time. I'm not gonna go over, other than the fact that I do want to show you. Okay, so maybe I will go over a little bit. I'm so sorry. But I just realized that I said I was going to show you what the Single Mom Queen Kit giveaway is this time for this month in April. So I'm going to share my screen, and no, yes, share. Okay. Um, I'm looking to see if it's showing up on the feed. It's loading right now, but this is what is going to be in the Queen Kit, Single Mom Queen Kit giveaway for this month in this event. Every month we give away something, and it's a real thing. It's posted on IG on Single Moms Level Up, at Single Moms Level Up, and I posted on there the winner from last month. She just posted in her feed that her box that she just got, and she is loving what was in it. So these are real. It's not, there's no strings attached. This is just me thanking whoever comes up as a top contributor in the Single Moms Club. Then you have an opportunity to win the kit. You get put into the running for to win a kit. So it's real simple. All you have to do is uh, oh my gosh, all you have to do is like, share, um, put your biggest takeaway. It's that simple. And the bit putting your biggest takeaway just makes this fun, because then we're starting a conversation, and it's not just about me. It's about all of us in this community as single moms, and there's well over 200 of us. So we can get a good conversation going here. And you never know when you're going to help another single mom in that way. Giving your biggest takeaway, asking a question, no questions dumb. dumb or stupid. No questions are dumb or stupid. We're here in this community to encourage and help each other through our single mom journeys. So, real quick, in the single mom giveaway queen kit, you'll get the soothing, pure cleansing, cleanse tone wipes, and they have chamomile and coconut water. Um, then you'll have this quick relief soothing aloe vera that calms and hydrates sensitive skin, and that's a cleansing water. So you don't have to use them together, or you could use them separate. You'll also get this five little small vials of perfume of this Joffrey We perfume that is all based on women and how we as women, when we come together, we can be so strong. Um, I like the whole concept behind that. Plus, it does smell very fresh and clean. And then also having the five valves, and how I use it is I have one in my purse, I got one in my car, I got one at work, and then I got some extra vials for whenever those other ones run out. So, um, the next thing that's in the kit is the Royal Olive Favorites set. So there is an oil, there is a scrub, and there's a lotion, and so that's what's in there. Then we have the things that I usually come out and pour some water on the little small little tablet that's about this size, and it comes out when you pour a little water on it, it comes out to like a big face towel. They're disposable face towels. Don't have that right now, and I'm not going to grab it. I may show it next time. um and then there is the Single Moms Level Up Journal challenge focus journal. And so that's what this right here is. It comes with a pen, it's got two markers, it's got the rubber band closure to keep the it closed, and it will have some prompts in there for the way that I journal, and through the journaling into purpose format that I use to journal into purpose and to change your focus, on things. And it's more or less a mindset type thing, and change your focus on things. So it all comes in this Single Mom Queen Kit box. I was gonna pull one out and have it put together, but I didn't. But oh, hello. Okay, anyway, it comes in the Single Mom Queen Kit box. Okay, it's because I'm touching the keyboard. Let me leave that alone. So it all comes in that, and I write some little, encouraging words on there, and put everything and wrap it up nicely in a box for you. So I'm going to stop sharing, and that is what's in the Single Mom Queen Kit. You have an opportunity to win that and be in the running for that by just liking, giving us your biggest takeaway from the session. And you can watch this live or replays. The replays are available in the guides. I'm putting them in the guides so that you can watch them. You can click done. That way you know that you've already watched that. I know sometimes things are going so fast in your life as a single mom that you may come back and be like, I don't remember where I was when I stopped. I only try to keep them in 30-minute sessions because I know we don't have a lot of time as single moms, but 30 minutes we could carve out somewhere between there, or we can watch replays at later times, maybe during our lunch breaks or whatever. So I will see you guys tomorrow, day 3. Thank you for watching. And with day 2 of Without Fear of Doing It Alone, this event for working single moms journey, and hashtag Single Moms Level Up. See y'all tomorrow. Bye. And you can see that this is very, very live. You hear, my grandson in the back with his interjections. But